Hi everyone, welcome back to Fusion 360 tutorial. The previous session, I hope you have managed to complete the sketching part, and I hope you managed to understand the geometrical constraints and dimensional constraints, and I hope you have all completed the exercise which has been presented on the tutorial. So in this tutorial, we are going to start with the 3D modeling. So basically, there are three different type of 3D modeling. So especially in Fusion 360, you have three different type. One is solid modeling, second one is surface modeling, and third one is freeform. So in this particular tutorial, we are going to start with the solid modeling, where we are going to start with the extrude feature. So in the previous exercise, you have created the sketch. And you have seen the basic function like how we can extrude that particular 2D sketch and convert that into a 3D model by giving thickness. So in this exercise, we are going to learn how to convert or how to create an isometric 2D sketch, which is given to a 3D model. So this is the exercise which we are going to complete today. And here you can notice in this particular uh, drawing. So you can see the isometric view where all the dimensions have been already given. And we are going to create the same 3D model on Fusion 360. You can capture this particular screen, and this will be your exercise to complete also after looking at this tutorial. And I hope this will help you to understand the basic planes and basic 3D modeling. So right. So with this, I'm going to start the same uh, isometric drawing I'm going to create on my Fusion 360 screen. So basically how we are going to start with. So when you look at this isometric view, so in this particular, we have to always realize the easiest way to start with. So here you can see the direction X. If you are looking this particular drawing in the X direction here, which is the front view. So basically you can see the whole thing like starting from this rectangle, this circle and this particular shape, everything should be visible on this particular direction, right? So in the same direction, I'm going to create the 2D sketch, then we will see how to convert that into a 3D model. So I'm going to start with Fusion 360, same like in the previous exercise, what we have seen, we are going to start with create sketch. I'm going to select create sketch and I'm selecting this plane, the front plane to start creating the 2D sketch, right? And as I mentioned, it's very important to start taking some reference always, like starting from this particular axis center. So in this isometric drawing, you can see the basically, if you are looking from this particular direction, so first thing what you can notice here, this rectangle. So this rectangle size is given 140 by 18. I'm going to start creating this rectangle. So from the bottom, so height is 18, 18, and the width is given 140. Okay. So basically this has been already constrained because we have given the height, width, and also we have given the axis center. So this complete this rectangle you can see in black color. So that means it is already constrained. What is the next step? So I need to access this particular center here to create the circle, right? So the dimension is given. So from this corner it is 20 and the height is 38, right? So what I'm going to do, I will just create a simple line here just to access this center. So from here, this is given 20. Um, so 20 and height is 38 from this point. So I'm just going to create a line. This is 20 and the height from here is 38. Okay, so I got this center. So obviously the circle, what you can see here, this is 20 is given already. So diameter is 40 and the inside circle diameter is given 18. So I'm just going to create this circle from here. So dia is 40 and the inside circle here, dia 18, 18. Okay. And obviously I can just create a line to join these two. So I'm just creating one line here. So if you want, you can keep this line, or you can, if you don't want, you can delete this, right? But only thing, after you delete the line, you can notice. So this circle is not yet constrained. This is still in blue color. So you have to give the dimension. So I'm just going to create dimension here, dimension from here. So to this center, to this endpoint, this is 38. And from this center to this endpoint, this is given 20. Okay, so now you can notice. So this is completely constrained now because we have given the dimensional constraints. So then the next step here, I want to create this particular circle. So from this point, this is 100 and this is 50 width here. So I'm just going to create a line. So this should be 50, 50, and height is 100. And this circle dimension, so you can see here, dia 55 and 30. So I'm just going to create this circle. So this is dia 55 and one more circle with dia 30. Okay. So now, as I mentioned again, so if you don't want, you can delete this line or you can keep that. There is no problem. But still, you have to create the dimension so that you can constrain this properly. So this height is 100 and dimension between this circle and this line, horizontal. Sorry, yeah. And this is 50. Now this is completely constrained. And after that, so here you can notice, I just need to join this line. So, and this should be exactly tangent to the circle. So I'm creating one line starting from this endpoint. Once I go nearby the circle, you can notice at some point, software is highlighting the tangent symbol. So let me just highlight here. You can see here. Once I move the mouse near to this circle, you can notice this is tangentially constrained. So I can just select that location. And you can see the constraint symbol, which is representing, sorry. If not, you can manually also, you have tangent constraint, you can just create line somewhere here and you can use the constraint and you can manually also constrain this. So then after that, so the next step here, so I just need to join these two, but here you can see the fillet radius is given 25. So what I'm going to do, I will just create a line. So I'm going to create line from this point to get the quadrant here, right? And I can create line from here to here somewhere. And next, I'm going to create line from this tracking point, this intersection, and I can create line up to this point. Okay. So now, so the radius is given 25 for this fillet. So I can go to fillet. So you can notice fillet command. So fillet between these two lines, and the radius should be 25. So if you're looking this particular drawing from this direction X, so all you need, you can find it out here. So everything available. So the reason why I'm taking this particular direction, I can start from this rectangle giving height, then I can create this sketch, then I can create this circle. So basically it is very important to reduce the number of features so that it will be easy in future for you to edit the same model. So all these sketch I have created in one go. And next I can notice here, so all these lines, everything is totally constrained and I can finish this sketch. So now I have the same sketch on my 3D screen or the modeling screen. So first step, I need to extrude this. So this total width is 85 for this rectangle box. So I can go to extrude, selecting this, only this particular profile. I'm not selecting the entire thing, only this profile. So this width is given 85. So I can specify this thickness as 85, enter. Okay. Once after you convert that 2D sketch into a 3D feature, you can notice automatically software will make this 2D sketch invisible so that you can concentrate on your 3D model. But I have already created this particular sketch, so I need this one again. So I need to continue with this. So what I can do inside my browser, you can notice the sketches folder. Inside this, the sketch what you have created just now. So by default, after converting to 3D, this is invisible. But clicking on this icon, you can make it visible. Okay. So now the next step. So this whole feature, this one, I need to extrude here. So what I'm going to do, I will select extrude. This one, I need to extrude even this circular profile also. I'm selecting this circular profile and also this one. All together, I'm going to extrude this. The thickness is given 12. So thickness 12. Right? So the next step, this particular cylinder feature. So this total thickness is 30. So right now, only we have given thickness for this frame. So I'm selecting extrude command. So selecting this particular cylinder feature, and this thickness is mentioned here 30. So I just give the thickness as 30, 30. But there is already a 3D model. There is some volume. So when you're trying to extrude it again, software is considering that as a cut feature. Can you notice here? Operation by default, software is considering cut. If I select OK, software will remove the material here. I don't want to remove the material. I want to add material. Okay. So distance 30 and sorry, selected the wrong profile. So while showcasing this, so I'll just go to extrude feature, the same thing, distance 30. So instead of cut, here I can select join. That means again, software will add material rather than removing the material. Right? So I've selected join. So now you can notice software is joining material here. So with the selected profile, then I select OK. But in this case, so here, so we were supposed to give only thickness towards front. So that is 30. But in this case, you can notice this cylinder, so total thickness is 36, but it is from the center. But our profile is on the rear side of this frame, right? So half of this 36 is 18, and half of this thickness is 12. Sorry, 6. So in this case, so 18 minus 6 from here, this should be 12. And towards this direction, the remaining thickness we have to provide. But rather than calculating all this, when I go to extrude, I'm selecting this profile. And inside this extrude feature, you can notice direction, one side, two side, or symmetry. If I say symmetry, it will take thickness on both the side. But now it is not symmetry here. In my case, you can see the profile is on the rear side of the frame. It is not at the center. So I'm going to select two side. Okay. Side one towards front. So towards front, this should be, so 36 minus this 12. Am I right? So what I'm going to do, this direction, I'm giving it as 24. On the rear side, another direction, okay? This side, I give distance as 12. So total it is 36. Again, operation it is showing cut because already there is a volume. So I will change that into join and I can select OK. It is quite disturbing looking at this 3D model with a sketch. So I can disable this sketch or make it invisible. Now you can notice this particular drawing exactly with the same view, right? If you're looking in the X direction, I can change it using my view cube. So this is my view from the direction X. Clear? So now what is left in this particular drawing? So here you can notice. So this particular cut, thickness, this height is 3 mm, okay? And this distance is given 18 and 18, both the side, and these two holes. So I'm going to start creating sketch. Everything we cannot be because this sketch we have to create in a different plane. So I'm going to create sketch on this plane, okay? I'm going to create a simple rectangle starting from this point, and I have to provide the dimension, which is already given here. Height is 3 mm. Okay. And you can notice these two lines are still in blue color because we have not given the dimension of this 18. So I'm going to provide dimension here. Dimension from this point to this point, this should be 18, 18. And this dimension again from here to here, again this is 18. Okay. Now, finishing this sketch, I can go to extrude again to remove the material or add material, giving thickness, same command, we are supposed to use extrude. Extrude, this one, I can change the direction using this arrow, I can just drag it. If you notice, if it is coming front, software is joining material. If I'm dragging this inside some volume, so automatically it will change the operation to cut. And distance, I can specify manually. So if I know this length, I can specify 140, but I prefer to give this distance as R. The reason, in future, if I change this dimension to 180 or 200 anything, if we have given the cut using all extend, then automatically, even though you change this dimension to 1000 also, software will cut the entire thing. It will automatically update. So I'm selecting all, then I select OK. Right? And the last one, this particular hole, I can directly create using hole command. If I select hole command, so all I have to do is I have to select the location where I am going to create this hole. Okay. Then I have to specify the dimension, extend. For example, this hole, starting from this particular line, what is the distance? This is given 35. So I can type here as 35. Sorry. Uh, this is small screen, quite difficult to, let me try to reduce this scale. Okay. So hole, I'm selecting this top plane here. Okay. Distance from here, this should be 35. And distance from here, this should be, this is 35, and this one, yeah, this is 30 here. Okay. This is 30. And then the whole diameter, it is given 16. So dia, I have to specify here. So I change it to 16, 16, right? And the distance again, extend, you can specify the distance. So as I mentioned, if it is through cut, I always prefer to select all. Then I can select OK. Or the same thing we can create using sketch. So sketching on this plane. So I can go to sketch, selecting this plane, I can create a circle here. Okay. And this circle diameter dimension, so this is 16. So whichever you find better. So whole is quite very easy rather than creating a sketch. But I'm just trying to showcase how easy it is to create on any plane and create the same whole feature. So then I have to go to dimension from here to here. So this is 30. And dimension between this point to this point, this is 35. Both are same. So after finishing sketch, I can go to extrude feature, selecting this hole. It has to go towards down to remove the material. Distance, I can select all. So both are same. There is no difference, but this whole feature will give you a more option, like you can create a threaded hole, countersink, counterbore. So you have many features inside this whole command. So I prefer to use the whole command, but sometimes if you're not comfortable, like it's just a through hole, so you can even create the sketch and you can complete this. So after creating this whole 3D model, the next step, by default, software will apply some physical material and this appearance. These are all default thing. If you want to change, so inside the modify, you can notice there are two options available. One is physical material, another one is appearance. So physical material is something which is very important when you go further with the finite element analysis, all that. So appearance is just to give some color so that it looks better. Okay. So I just go to appearance and I can select some color here. So I can select paint, metallic, fake, so which is not downloaded. I cannot download on my computer. But anyway, so none of this is downloaded. Maybe I select some glossy color. So I can select this black. So I can just drag and drop the material on the 3D model. So maybe from my screen, it should be like red, might look better. Yeah. So this is how you can apply the color, but this is not physical material. This is just an appearance. And after creating all this, now again, I need to save this file. And of course, you have to save the file as part of your assessment. So once you complete this, so please save this file. So creating the same folder here. So which previously what we have created, I'm going to select this project. I have to find, so I just need to search here, or it's quite tough. So what I will do is I will just activate the project so that by default it will save in the same activated project. So this is the one I have created IITK inside the same project. So I will save this file. So I'm saving this as extrude feature. Okay. So I'm going to share this image also, so which you can access from your portal. And if not, you can just in this video, you can just pause the video, you can zoom this screen. All the dimensions, everything are given here. Okay. So this is one part about using extrude command to convert your 2D sketch into a 3D model. So basically, so it is very important to understand like why I have created all these sketches in one go with the direction X. Okay. So most of the time it is always better to reduce the number of features so that it will be easy for you to edit also. And all the dimension, everything. So please make sure that you are going to constrain that. And please complete this exercise and save in your folder. Okay. So hope this video will help you to understand the basic extrusion feature. So in the next video, we are going to learn how to use the revolve command to execute a 3D model. Okay, so thanks everyone.